Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, I finally claimed this legendary origami train, and let's hope it doesn't rain. Alright, so this is after completing a line that's been finished, basically /30/30 jobs. Subsequently, I think you can see is that the quantity is asked from the repeated the round 2 from the customer is 1/30 is higher. So as I mentioned in my videos, always that's the case whereby the quantity would increase once you finish round 1 of the job request. So likewise, once you hit 100% of the event mapped, that's the similar case. There's a double jeopardy. So of course, missing out from the previous competition, i.e. third competitions, has made me lost 350 event coins had I won first place as well. So that's really painful for me because of course that's a great lesson to learn. If you want to start late in competition, which I always advocate, and I'm still advocating that, but do not start too late. I started, I think, more than 36 hours. I think 36 hours is the maximum. So how do we calculate 36 hours? I believe there should be a minimum of 36 hours competition time, i.e. counting from the end of the competition backwards 36 hours. So assuming if you are joining into a 2 days competition, I believe the maximum delay you should go is 12 hours. And if you're going for a so-called 3 days event, I think the maximum is up to 36 hours. I unfortunately just went beyond that. Also coupled with the fact that it's an experiment in a way. So and of course not a very pleasant experience. I went 36 hours and just between 36 and 37 hours, and I was being disqualified from entry. So that's affirmed by the developer. I couldn't join, and of course this is one of the events that first time I couldn't compete. Yes, as I mentioned in a previous video, I do lose out event coins, but I think I gain some restful sleep. So really prepared right now is for the fourth competition. I have this time round experienced something different again. Of course, I'm not going to be naughty again by starting extremely late. Just will try somewhere like 12 hours or around there. But what I'm trying to do this round is to clear my warehouse space of everything. Yes, literally everything except for Japanese items. So that is the first time I'm entering a competition without any non-Japanese event items. So all the rest of the items will be kept into the 6 warehouse, which I call it 6 warehouse. Actually, it's a 6 core factories, okay? Because they have been acting at my interim warehouse given the limited warehouse spacing that I have. And of course, I packed my Japanese factory to the brim, and you can see my warehouse is packed to the brim right now. Got a bit more to go. I'm going to clear up the rest of the non-Japanese items later, but as of this juncture, I'm building a huge inventory of Japanese manufactured products. This is so-called betting on the fact that the competition would just ask Japanese event, but I know this is not totally true because sometimes they do ask for non-Japanese event items. Nonetheless, I'm going to bet on this big because I believe majority of it is based on Japanese items, unless when it first started the competition and it plays me out by asking non-Japanese items only, then probably we'll be faced with some issue there. But nonetheless, I'm still preparing on that basis because everything is always an experience, and I've chosen to experience by starting with the previous round. This is the time I want to experience only Japanese items. So I'm creating tons and heaps of this paper, tons and tons of those cranes, lucky cat, anything you can name it. I'll have it, including those paper umbrellas, calligraphy has more than 1,000. So the majority of the things is really non-Japanese items, will be all in the factory. Of course, I can't keep every single thing, but I think I've kept sufficient enough and confident to enter the fourth competition with. Again, do work on your population if possible. I do understand sometimes it's a bit frustrating. There isn't sufficient time to rest. Besides the fatigue of fighting competition, there's a need to upkeep population. So I'm going to clear a lot of these non-Japanese items. Really, I'm going to clear up this whole warehouse so that I could start keeping just the Japanese items. And of course, I try to see what is useful for use. Then yes, I think we need to keep those copper wire, make them into barrels, but I think I just need 110 pieces, so I can remove the rest. Alright, so 110 pieces, so I'm going to scrap some materials to fit together, and we can make those barrels. Okay, so that's how I try to optimize all my remaining items. So I'm going to create the barrels using some wood here, and once it's done, I'll throw away the extra wood, and I think then we can clear off the whole warehouse. Alright, so along the way, I've been working really hard while you're fighting your competition. I'm doing my best to claim all the rewards, and you know what, I managed to level up, and I've been chasing the event completion percentage to nearer to 100%, which is not really what I wanted, but nonetheless it's inevitable. I'm wanting to target that legendary origami train, which definitely going to share with you later on. Of course, some people do claim the other trains like the epic, rare and common, but for me, my target is always to claim that 2 legendary trains. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to claim that samurai because I missed that 3rd competition. Normally, I'll train the I'll so-called claim the train at the end of 3rd competition and subsequently claim the next legendary train. So that's always my history, but this is the first time I didn't make that, so I'm a bit upset over that. But nonetheless, as I mentioned, you win some when you lose some. So restful sleep. So I'm now more prepared. Of course, I really want to make myself happy in a way by claiming this origami legendary train. And I mentioned before, let's hope it doesn't rain and it can survive in water because it's made of paper. So it's really interesting thought that they made the train of origami. Alright, we have sufficient event keys. And this is origami class 44 for you. Interesting, nice looking, very brightly colored, very close to the theme of Japanese, because that's always the case. I mean, gold, red. I mean, you can see a lot of decorative origami in that color. It is just traditional colors. So really happy to have this new origami class 44 steam engine, maximum capacity of 80, starting of 40. So with that, this is one out of 2 of my dreams attained from this event. I'll work hard in the 4th competitions to get the samurai train that will fulfill my dream of 2 legendary trains, and the rest would be whether I get it, the epic, rare or common. All this will come in as bonus. So if you haven't been claiming your trains and trying to save up, I do wish you good luck in getting that train really soon. That's always my plan, always go for the best, then get the rest as bonus, because it's very rare you can get legendary trains. And then of course, when preparation for the 4th competition is not unlike the rest, it's the same, just that you're gonna find really good EPs to keep as head start for the next competition. At the same time, build up your warehouse inventory of all the Japanese items, and Last but not least, pack your factories to the brim and upgrade your trains as and when possible, so that when you run those trips during the competition, it will get slightly shorter. Nonetheless, you go it bit by bit. Eventually, you may hit the maximum capacity of the train. Imagine having 80 capacity. It's really fantastic. I have one of those, I think in region 2 or 3, I can't recall, but really good. I think it's region 2, because every time they go and grab those wood is really fast. And of course, more importantly, you need to really prepare yourself to fight during the battle, by setting alarms. If you could set the hourly alarms, so that you know when to go in and maximize that deliveries. And saving up gems is also important, because if you want to use gems to engage additional dispatcher. Alright, I've done up this tree, head start. Japanese factory is also filled to the brim, it can't move anymore, and my warehouse is totally filled. Alright, thank you for watching. I do wish you good luck in this fourth competition, and let's fight for that legendary train. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.